So when Barack Obama emerges in a dictatorial lecturing sort of way to tell black men, I'm going to let it play on its own for now. Let's see.
Man, until he wants to think for himself, until he wants to form his own opinion, until he stops seeing himself as a victim, and then he becomes the enemy.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. That seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Barack Hussein Obama. Now that you get on a stage and try to bully us and belittle us, try to make the world believe that we're not intelligent enough, you're a liar.
He berated black men, he rebuked black men, he even scolded black men, primarily because we will not fall in line and vote for Madam Lock-Up Her Brother, Kamala Harris.
Race does not make you qualified to be president. I am proud as a black man, based on everything we've been through in this nation. I'm so proud to see when our brothers and sisters elevate to positions of power and influence when they earn it. Because you could have beautiful black chocolate skin and be a complete disaster as a leader.
Y'all kill me trying to shame people into a vote. Tell me what the you finna do. You can't shame me. This is not high school.
I ain't gonna vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's gonna make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. Everything she does, she tries to politicize it, and she hasn't shown the fact that she wants to put America first ever. Secondly, I think that it's really sad that you would come out against black men and actually degrade them because they're not picking the person that you want them to vote for.
They sent Obama back to come get us. I was highly offended when he said the only reason we voting for Donald Trump is because we don't want a woman in presidency. Yo, shut up. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for a lot of us. Out of here. You gonna bring Barack Obama. He gonna play us. Now you want to address us like brothers. I ain't been your brother. Where was you at 2008, Negro?
You, Kamala Harris, and the Democratic Party.
The small percentage of black men who were either going to vote for Kamala Harris or were leaning and undecided but leaning towards her, they're absolutely not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to vote for Trump, but they're for sure not voting for her. So whatever their little plan was to like play in the emotions of black people or make black men feel like they can't make their own damn decisions, that backfired. It's all over the internet. Barack Obama, that was a bad move.
You can no longer use race and religion to sway us into voting for some shit. We voting for policies.
We will not be Barack Obama 2.0. And Kamala Harris is dealing right now with the results of us running Barack out the paint. We ran him out the paint. We running her out the paint. We're going to run the whole Democratic establishment out the paint.
I would really like to know why, when it's election season, Obama sees fit to always punch down on black folk, and specifically black men. I am quite befuddled that somehow our community takes the rap for the Democratic Party's lack of reading the room. And when it comes to the conditions of black folks in the United States of America, no matter who has been in office or even held the majority of Congress, black people's conditions have stayed the exact same and in some areas have gotten worse. And then to use this trope as somehow black men just don't want to see a woman as president is absolutely insane. I have never once seen this party address white men and white women and their complicity in upholding the oppressive systems against black and brown folks in the United States. This is why I'm not mad at people opting out of voting, because we have literally fought for the rights of ourselves and everybody else in this damn country, and still the finger gets pointed at us.
Y'all can vote Kamala if y'all want, because she a woman or whatever the case may be. Y'all want equal rights and all that. But she jacking the sex changes. She about to decrease population. Y'all have fun with that. Do y'all thing. I'm voting for Trump.
What you thought you was doing, Barack Obama? Boy, you done stepped out there. All you did was piss black men off, bruh. Why y'all think the Democrat Party own black folk? This is what I gotta say to you. 1, 2, Trump is coming for you.
Mr. Obama, I want to show you where I've been living for the last couple months due to the policies of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I live on the street, sir. There's my sleeping bag I'm using as a pillow. There's my bag. There's the mobile home unit, my transportation, and I'm sneaking outside my job right now so I can charge my devices here on my birthday, my 42nd birthday, so I can have some entertainment throughout the day. But yeah, you want to sit up there and tell me that I'm voting against my interests because I want to vote for Trump. At least during Trump's presidency, I had a nice apartment. I was on the upswing. The economy didn't just break my back.
Barack. As a native of Chicago that watched your policies not do a single thing for black people, not anything for crime, not anything for a better way of living, it is insulting that you decided to get up here and pander us as black men for not voting for Kamala Harris. And so now they bring you out because they need you to come up here and clean up this mess. Because you know what? You are a well-spoken man. Your nominee is not. I can tell you that your nominee doesn't answer questions. Your nominee stutters all the time, and she spits out word salads.
My, have the tides shifted? Are you kidding me? Barack Obama. I didn't vote for you either time. I saw right through you back then. And unfortunately, so many of my black brothers and sisters, my own family, they couldn't see through you. But now they can. She's not pro-American. She's pro-illegal immigrant, period. Shame on you.
This man is literally on the campaign trail for Kamala Harris. Joe Biden, the sitting president, isn't even on the campaign for Kamala. Yet we have Barack Obama doing campaign stops and shaming black men because they're not feeling Kamala Harris. They're not enthused about Kamala Harris. They're not enthused about what they've been hearing. They're not enthused about the past 4 years in this country. They're not enthused about Kamala wanting to pay for transgender surgeries for inmates. They're not enthused about her open borders. They're not enthused about the high inflation. What are we even talking about here?
My ancestors fought far too hard for my right to vote in this country for me to support someone just because they look like me. Especially when that person who looks like me doesn't give a damn about me. Kamala Harris, throughout her entire political career, hasn't done a single thing for black people, black men, or anyone, actually, for that matter. She failed to secure the border. She hasn't created a single job. She is actually probably uniquely terrible at her job.
You act like you own black people. You don't own me. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. I'm not doing it. And a lot of black people are not doing it. And you want to know why, Barack Obama? Because don't nobody like her. And people realize now that voting for somebody based on the color of their skin is not going to help them. It's not a great idea.
We shouldn't have voted for your during the 8 years that you was there. A lot of my people was blinded by the fact that you came out as a dark-skinned man. And they took that and they ran with it. But people are waking up and we don't care about color right now. Because people are hungry and the grocery stores is high as hell. And we have inflation. And we have coming into this country getting more money than the people who have been affected by hurricanes. So we don't give a about what you got to say. All right? Go back to where you came from and keep black men's name out of your mouth. Thank you.
Why is it okay for Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and all these other people that supposedly look like me, why is it okay for them to get on TV and shame me for not voting for them simply because they look like me? That is racist, brother. I don't know how else to put it. That is racism. I don't have to vote for Kamala because she's quote-unquote black. Just like I shouldn't have voted for your because you got up there, you tap dance for the establishment, and you ain't doing for the black people that put you in office.
Love the black man until he wants to think for himself, until he wants to form his own opinion, until he stops seeing himself as a victim, and then he becomes the enemy.
And that was random. That supercut was about 8 minutes. I could easily do one that's 30 minutes or an hour. It was multi-generational, mostly men because Barack Obama addressed the men, but I had a few ladies that are spliced in there too because many black women have also taken great umbrage. What you were hearing was a pushback that Barack Obama and his handlers were not expecting. I could have told them and saved them a little bit of time.
Truth to Power Live with Jimmy Study Washington.